Okay, I called the meeting to order at 10 a.m. I want to welcome you to our August 5th, 2021 general meeting on Zoom. I'm at the Mount Blue Hotel at Tahoe in the boardroom. Pretty impressive boardroom, huh? They were nice enough to let me break into a party there. So let's talk about our meeting names. We have the first meeting of the month. The first Thursday of the month is called our general meeting. The third Thursday of the month is called our speaker meeting. The day after the speaker meeting, we usually have a workshop. The fourth Thursday of the month is our board meeting. And on occasion, we do have a fifth Thursday retreat. So our general meetings, like I mentioned, are the first Thursday of each month. Let's see. I want to start off by thanking Jim Jensen for presenting us with such a wonderful August Stitch in Times newsletter and for everybody who contributed to it. And many thanks to Sharon Fry for her editing skills. Don't forget that you can see the newsletter and all of our guild activities on our website, srqg.org. So if you're a new member, if you're somebody that is thinking about becoming a member, or you have a friend that wants to become a member, show them srqg.org, and you've got the newsletter, you've got block of the month, you've got everything on it. So let's talk about our general meetings. I don't want to jinx this, but this should be our last general meeting on Zoom unless we have a lockdown. We are anticipating all of our future general meetings to be in person at the Vets building beginning in September. The only exception is during the fair in September 2022, because they require the parking lot. But you'll hear about that more later. But hopefully this will be our last general meeting on Zoom. Now let's discuss speaker meetings, the third meeting of the month. Our program chair, Bonnie Butler-Sibold, and program chair-elect Elaine Ramirez have scheduled guest speakers for the remainder of this year and for 2022. They've planned a variety of different speaker meetings. Some will be in Zoom, like we've been doing the past year, and some will be in person at the Vets building when we have a local presenter. We are not going to film our meetings and broadcast for either the speaker meeting or the in-person speaker meetings, or even the in-person general meeting, the first meeting of the month. We're not going to record those. That just is a huge, huge task. So when we have a Zoom speaker meeting, it does not get recorded like normal. When we have a regular guild meeting, it is not recorded, but it will be in person. I hope that's clear. But anyway, it's been really wonderful because we're able to get speakers from all over the world when we use Zoom. So Elaine has scheduled a lot of speakers from distant places that we normally would not be able to afford to bring here. So I'm really happy about that. So if it's an in-person workshop, an in-person speaker, so we'll have a speaker at our regular general meeting at the Vets building, then the workshop will be at the Luther Burbank Art and Garden Center, unless there's a conflict, and we'll let you know about that way in advance. So this allows us to have a variety of speakers. I hope I've explained that. Is everybody okay with that? Our general meetings will be in person. Our speaker meetings could be in person, but not recorded. Our speaker meetings could be on Zoom, but we're not combining the two. So what is going on in our guild? So I've got board members for 2022, Diane Sheely, Pam McVeigh, Margot Pitter, Mary Wood, and Sharon Fry, our parliamentarian and nominating committee chair, are looking for board members for all board positions. All of our board members have turned out 3 years is the max, except for one who's very busy with her family's move. So, but all guild members, board members, have termed out. So they're looking for people who would like to be president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, on and on and on. There's 13 different positions. So please contact one of the committee members, either Diane Cheeley, Pam McVeigh, Margot Pitter, Mary Wood, or Sharon Fry, if you're interested in being on the board. If you hear that somebody else is interested in being a board member, but they're a little bit embarrassed about nominating themselves, please let one of the committee members know. And yes, you can nominate yourself. That's great. If someone has an interest in something, they need to know about it. As far as committee chairs, that's the responsibility of the guild president to appoint them to fill the positions. Sorry, I got in a meeting here. That's okay. There are a few committee chair positions opening up in January 2022 that we know about now, and that's the SOA Row program, the Block of the Month, and the Unfinished Objects, or UFOs. If you're interested in any of these positions, you can contact me. I'll create a list, and whoever becomes our new president in 2022, I'll give them the list, and they can start from there of appointing their new team. So let's go down to Founders Day. Our Founders Day is September 16th. I'm really looking forward to it because it's an in-person meeting, and we did not have a Founders Day in 2020 and 2021 in person. So everybody will be required to wear a mask. We'll go by the protocols of the county, city, whatever. But we'll let everybody know ahead of time, of course. And Vicki, are you still with us? I'd like you to give just a little bit more of that.
I am. We're really excited about finally getting back together. And one of the things I'd like to do is have raffle baskets, and only maybe 5 or 6 raffle baskets that everybody has a chance of winning. So I'm looking for donations, and not to the degree that we collect donations for the Tri-Guild Luncheon, because we have tons of baskets there. I'm looking for some really nice things you have that maybe you're not using anymore, but are still really desirable. And I can collect those at the September 2nd meeting, or I can come and get them if you have something. So I'm looking for like nice fat quarters or nice sewing tools. I don't want scraps of fabric with big holes out of the middle where you fussy cut something out. So these I want these to be special. So if you can take a look around, and I know you probably all purged a whole bunch of stuff out of your sewing rooms during this last year, see if you can find the best of the best and donate it to the guild so we can put these in the baskets.
Thank you, Vicki. One thing I want to mention also, I'm still unmuted, I presume.
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. We're going to have a luncheon that day. We're going to order sandwiches from a local caterer, bring those in. We're going to have some salads. It will all be handled very carefully. We have our hospitality crew. They're going to wear their face masks, their gloves, and aprons, and they're going to have tongs to give you these deli sandwiches that we're getting from Chloe's. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Chloe's, but it's fabulous. So it won't be, there's no potluck. We're just going to have sandwiches, salad, and we'll have a dessert. But it'll be nice just to all be together. So I don't want you to worry about catching anything.
And Janelle?
We have to have signups. Yes, Vicki?
Yes, you're doing the same thing, signups for members.
We want to know how many people are coming. We don't want to overspend, and we don't want to underspend. We don't want to have too many sandwiches or too few. We're going to start the signups in September, and we'll do it at the first meeting in September. It's an in-person meeting, so as you come in and sign in at the meeting, Vicki will be there, right, Vicki? To ask you if you're going to the luncheon or not, and she'll sign you up. If you cannot attend the meeting on September, is it the 2nd? 2nd. then please call Vicki and tell her whether you are going to attend. And if for some reason you signed up but you cannot attend, please let Vicki know so that she can cross you off the list. And we're not going to allow guests. It's going to be members only. We are going to have a couple of guests that we're inviting. We're going to bring June, we're inviting June Mose. I believe she's the last, the very last person still surviving our founders' first meeting when they first established the guild. And so we've invited a person to bring her, so she'll be a guest as well. We're going to invite Jim and Anne Marie Wiley from Parkside, because they have been in our community for so many years. I think it's over 40 years, taking care of people's Bernina machines and various products. And so we're going to invite them, and we're going to invite John from Village Sewing Center, because we want to honor him for all he did for keeping our machines up and running during the pandemic, and all of the mask making that he organized and was trying to get supplies for all of us. So it's Founders Day is also a big thank you for many, many people. So we're going to invite them. So you'll see they're not guild members, but you got to remember that they are actually affiliates too. So, but June Mose is no longer a member, but we definitely have to have a founding member there and a guest, a driver there. So I think that about wraps it up. You'll be hearing a lot more about it. So let's go to our committee chairs. Let's hear from a few of them. Programs and workshops with Bonnie.
Good morning, everyone. April Sproul's workshop, Creating a Story, has been canceled. I only had 5 people sign up, but she is our guest speaker in 2 weeks, and her topic is the myth of creative genius. And I'm looking forward to it. She's really a very dynamic kind of person and speaks very well. So I think we're going to enjoy that. September, we have no speaker or program, which is fine. Linda Ballard is October. I have 3 openings for her class. It's almost full. And that, I'm telling you, I've got the checks. Everybody wants this class. So if you have any interest in the curved rail fence, get me your check, text me or call me and tell me you're sending, so that I can put a waiting list in place for those who need to. It will be at the Luther Burbank Art and Garden Center. We will be masked. And thank you to Linda Hooper and Jim Jensen for going on Linda's website and pulling the picture, because I wasn't able to do it. So they took my article and went and finished it for me. So thank you to both Jim and Linda for that. Still haven't heard back from Susie Perrin. She's obviously working on her schedule to see if she can accommodate us for the barn quilts. I have signups for the barn quilts. I've actually even got a check for a barn quilt workshop. And so that's, you know, certainly give me a call if you're interested, or send me an email so that I can pump Susie up to do this. Okay. But that's what I've got going.
Thank you, Bonnie. So let's move on to community quilts. Please spotlight Laura Barrett.
Here we go.
Okay, there we go. Good morning, everybody. It's good to see you. So I have 3 things. One is that if you haven't read the newsletter, Pam Beebe is retiring from Community Quilts. She's moving up to El Dorado Hills. So we're really going to miss her. She's been working with Community Quilts since 2011. And there's more information in the newsletter. I think it's over 12,000 quilts that the Guild donated in that time. So, you know, if you have time, you might want to drop her a line on email, or she's moving towards the end of the month. So you do have time to send her a handwritten note through the snail mail if you want. So if you have any questions or needs, you can contact Janet Tonkin and myself. The second thing is just to let people know, because we've had some questions about how many quilts we've had turned in during the pandemic. And people have been home and making quilts, so our inventory is just fine. We've been giving quilts out and collecting them, and we appreciate everything that everyone's done in their imagination and putting things together and going through their staff and stash and figuring out a way to get these quilts to us. So thank you very much. And the last thing is we have scheduled on October the 7th, an in-person quiltathon. And as Janet said in the newsletter, it depends on the COVID. So we're gonna plan for it and then just see how things go. We also talked about that it would be more of a relaxed quiltathon, because since everybody hasn't seen each other, we just feel like when they get together, they'll really want to visit, and we don't want to be cracking the whip and trying to get you to work when you really want to visit with your friends. So it'll be a mixture of visiting and doing some work on community quilts. Okay, so I think that's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you, Laura. One thing we did was there's a fifth Thursday, just 1 week prior to the quiltathon, we decided not to have a 1 week Thursday, not to have the fifth Thursday retreat, because it's so close to the quiltathon and we really want a large crowd at the quiltathon. And we plan to have a very, very, very short meeting, if any meeting at all, prior to the quiltathon. We really want to focus on community quilts. So thank you, Laura, for the great job you guys are doing. Let's see. Technique sharing workshop with Lori Biondo. Lori has found a TSW for us to view. So please play the video now. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kelly from Oh So Personal. I'm going to show you today a quick 10-minute table runner that you can do various options, perfect for any holiday or just to match your kitchen decor. It takes 2 pieces of fabric. You need a 1/2 yard of your back fabric and the borders, and 1/3 yard for the center. The first step we do is turn right sides together and sew your 2 pieces of fabric together. You sew along the top and then sew the bottoms together, and it will make a tube. Stop. Okay, I just quickly stitched the sides, so now you have a tube, and you turn it, you pull your arm in and turn it inside out or right side out. And the back, the 1/2 yard fabric, automatically gives you a nice border. So you'll go to your iron and iron this nice and flat. And the last step is to fold it in half and stitch right down here on both sides, fold it in half and stitch right down here. Okay, this is the last step. I took it to my machine and I sewed the ends together. Just flip it. Flip the corners out. And you have a 10-minute, very cute table runner. You can add a button you could add a button for it, or you could just do a decorative stitch just to tack it down. It's nice and decorative on the back and on the front. You could do any holiday. They were so cute. It did not take longer than 10 minutes. I hope you enjoy your project. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. I know a lot of you have made these, but it's a good reminder, especially if you're teaching children how to sew. It's a great project for them to learn how to do it. Okay, Sew a Rose. Let's see what Tony Anderson has to offer.
Okay, hold on just a sec while I get rid of that screen.
Good morning, Tony Anderson here with Sew a Row. I'm excited to show you the only Sew a Rows that we have up for adoption. We have 6 only. Everybody's busy working on them, or we have quite a few completed. So here we go. Number 14 is Sunshine and Stars. That was turned in by Caroline Pope. And number 29 is Beachy Keen. This was turned in by Lynette Whitman. Number 22 is Van Gogh Love, also turned in by Lynette Whitman. Number 23, Hues and Blues, turned in by Jeannie Parent. Number 30 is Around the Red, White, and Blue, turned in by Sharon Oman. And number 35 is Flashback, also turned in by Lynette Whitman, who's been a busy girl. So that's it. Give me a call or send me an email if you're interested in adopting any of these. Bye.
Thank you, Tony. Carol Belkey, can we highlight you and have you give us a little update on the mystery quilt?
You can.
Thank you.
I'm working on the final, you've got all the clues. Everybody has the clues, and I have to tell you, I've absolutely been numbers challenged with a clue number, a block number, and how many of the blocks to make, and then the months on top of it. So it's just been a little confusing for some people. I'm going to send out to Sharon Fry this afternoon the final listing of how many of each block you should have. I'm going to be working on the layout. I've got it started. I don't want to show it to you too fast because I don't want to have people start trying to figure this out before I get there. But this is it is a simple layout to do. You'll have some triangles to make at the end. The blocks are set on point for the final layout, but it's fun to see it. And once you get it laid out, then you can move your blocks around as whatever the block number was and where it sits. So you should have a little bit of leeway, or you can just fly with it and go with however they lay out when you're there. I've gotten a couple of emails this week, and I've not been near my computer long enough to answer them. I think I got 1 or 2 out, but I'll be at Village this afternoon. I'm going to have all my paperwork with me sitting there because I'll have a larger open space and hopefully some undisturbed time without people coming and asking me to do things around the house that I don't really want to do. And I hope you've had fun with it. I hope you like the end results. I know that there's people that are doing them with 2.5-inch squares. I'm interested to see how big that quilt's going to turn out. I should be able to do the math on it. I just haven't taken the time. And if there's any other questions, just zip me an email and I will get back to you. I promise, because I'm like close to the end of my construction demands. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Carol. I've been making 3 of them, which is unusual for me. So I'm doing 2 of the 2.5 inchers and 1 of the 3.5 inch ones. So I'm anxious to see how they turn out too. So I got a note from Debbie Ferris Cole. She's sending out a reminder about the Guild Challenge. You should receive it today. She sent to Sharon. So she just wanted you to make sure and either read the newsletter or read the email that goes out today, because it's going to be pretty fun. And she's got some nice prizes. So let's go to show and tell with Linda Hooper. Let's see what Linda Super Hooper has prepared for us to view today. Wow, there were some gorgeous quilts there, as always, but a lot more than we normally see. Plus, I saw a bag that I think might have been from Ann Nolan's class, making that quick bag, and a lot of other fun things. So thank you, Linda Super Hooper. I really appreciate that. So on the horizon, Thursday, August 19th is our speaker meeting on Zoom. Friday, August 20th, the workshop has been canceled, so that's a free day for you to do whatever you want. Saturday and Sunday, August 21st and 22nd is our Sonoma Quilt Show. Thursday, August 26th is our board meeting on Zoom, and everyone's welcome to attend. So if you want to attend a board meeting, just let me know so we can put you on our list and send out the link to Zoom. Thursday, September 2nd is our first in-person meeting at the Veterans Building. Yoo-hoo! It'll be a general meeting, and you can sign up for the luncheon on the 16th. And Thursday, September 16th is our Founders Day at the Veterans Building. So we have some fun things to look forward to. So thank you all for attending this Zoom meeting, and a special thank you to Ann Nolan for setting us up with Zoom for the past year. Elaine Ramirez will be handling any Zoom speaker and board meetings from now on, with Ann's help, of course, and also great job to you, and also thank you to your helpers, Justine Lott and Elaine Tucker. And be sure and read your Stitch in Times newsletter and keep informed, because there's a lot of interesting things in the newsletter. So that's it for this time. It is now 10:30. I think that's the quickest meeting we've ever done. Hope I didn't forget anybody at all, but thank you very much. Meeting adjourned at 10:30.